You accidentally swallow one sip of swimming pool water. It is a small moment, and most people forget about it quickly. But for a second, you may notice the taste. It is sharp, chemical, and familiar. Because it tastes like chlorine, the natural assumption is that the water must be clean. But a clearer question is not only whether chlorine is present. The better question is, what was actually inside that one sip? To understand that sip properly, it helps to begin with what a swimming pool is designed to be. A pool is not a giant glass of drinking water. It is shared recreational water. People enter it, move through it, sweat in it, breathe near it, and carry things into it from their skin, hair, clothing, and body. The water is treated so people can swim with lower risk, but it is not treated to be swallowed like tap water or bottled water. The first thing inside that sip is the most obvious one: disinfectant. Most pools use chlorine or bromine to reduce germs in the water. These chemicals matter because pool water is constantly being exposed to people and the environment. When the disinfectant level and pH are properly maintained, chlorine or bromine can kill most germs within minutes. That is why treated pools can be used safely when they are managed well. But most germs within minutes is not the same as everything instantly disappears. That difference matters because pool water is always receiving new material. Every swimmer brings something into the water, even when they look clean. Sweat can wash off the skin. Natural body oils can mix into the water. Sunscreen, lotion, hair products, deodorant, and tiny skin particles can all enter the pool. Outdoor pools may also collect dust, leaves, pollen, soil, and other small debris. So one sip can contain water, disinfectant, and small traces of the people and surroundings that have interacted with the pool. This is also where the familiar pool smell becomes more interesting. Many people think a strong pool smell means the pool has a lot of chlorine and is extra clean. But that smell is often connected to chloramines. Chloramines can form when chlorine reacts with substances brought in by swimmers, such as sweat, dirt, and urine. In other words, the strong smell is not simply a sign of more clean. It can also be a sign that chlorine has been reacting with what people brought into the water. The uncomfortable part is that pool water can also be affected by very small amounts of fecal contamination. That does not always mean something visible happened in the pool. It can happen at a microscopic level because people are sharing water with their bodies. This is why health agencies tell swimmers not to enter the water when they have diarrhea, to shower before swimming, to use the toilet before entering, and to avoid swallowing pool water. The issue is not panic. The issue is that swallowed water is the pathway that can turn contamination into illness. One of the most important examples is Cryptosporidium, often shortened to crypto. This parasite is important because it can survive in chlorinated water much longer than many other germs. Chlorine can kill many germs quickly when the pool is properly maintained, but crypto can survive for more than 7 days. That is why the word chlorinated should not be understood as perfectly sterile. It means the water is being actively managed, not that every possible organism has vanished the moment chlorine is present. At this point, the practical question becomes important. If you accidentally swallow one small sip, should you panic? In most everyday situations, one accidental sip from a properly maintained pool does not mean something bad will definitely happen. The risk depends on the condition of the water, the maintenance of the pool, the amount swallowed, and whether harmful germs were present. A small accidental sip is different from repeatedly swallowing pool water, drinking it on purpose, or swimming in a pool that is poorly maintained. The reason pool water should not be swallowed is simple. It is not drinking water. Drinking water is meant to be consumed. Pool water is meant to support swimming. It is chemically treated, filtered, circulated, and monitored to reduce risk while people use it for recreation. That makes it useful for swimming, but it does not make it a beverage. The mental model should be practical, treated for contact, not designed for drinking. This also explains why swimmer behavior matters. The quality of pool water is not only about the pool operator. It is also affected by what swimmers bring into the water. Showering before swimming helps reduce sweat, dirt, oils, and products on the body. Not swimming while sick, especially with diarrhea, helps protect other people. Using the toilet before entering the pool reduces contamination. These small actions matter because they reduce the amount of material the disinfectant has to fight. So the clearest answer is balanced. One sip of pool water may contain disinfectant, body residue, sunscreen, skin particles, environmental debris, chemical byproducts, and possibly germs. But that does not mean every sip is automatically dangerous. It means the water is more complex than it looks. The blue color, clear surface, and chlorine taste only show part of the story. A swimming pool is enjoyable because the water is constantly being managed. Chemicals, filtration, circulation, hygiene rules, and swimmer behavior all help keep the water usable. But the final lesson is simple. Pool water can be safe enough to swim in when properly maintained, while still not being water you should drink. If you swallow a small sip by accident, the point is not to panic. The point is to understand what that sip really was. Shared, treated recreational water, not a clean glass of water.